Recently I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76 since it's the only Fallout game I haven't beaten, and I decided to give it a try after Fallout 4. And I've been having a blast playing it so far. I hit level 51 after 85-ish hours of questing, and I've explored pretty much all of the forest, Ashen Heap, Toxic Valley, and I'm currently exploring the Savage Divide. I've been able to occasionally play with a friend of mine who owns the game too, and I've always thought Bethesda games would make a great co-op experience, and Fallout 76 helped affirm my opinion on that. But the big issue I have with the game is that it would have been a better single-player game like Fallout 4 with optional co-op rather than the current online game it is now. But before I harp on about the negatives of Fallout 76, I do want to talk about the positives of it and what I think makes it a fun game to play. The first positive note and great thing about this game I want to talk about are all the places you can explore. The map of Fallout 76 is huge, and the regions, monsters to kill, and quests to complete are plenty. I have about 85 hours in, and I'm nowhere close to seeing everything yet, and apparently they will be adding to the map later, which is great if they pull through, and the game also has the expeditions like the pit, for example, so you can experience even more content than what's in West Virginia. Recently I hit level 50, so I can't wait to try the expeditions, by the way, because I remember playing the pit in Fallout 3, and that place was brutal. Now, the next thing I like about Fallout 76 is that I find the base building to be pretty cool, and even though I haven't gone too hardcore into it yet, I did decorate my free shelter you get from Vault 51, and I could see it as a fun side activity that someone like me can delve a bunch into once I've collected enough plans to properly build cool stuff. Also, I am aware that Fallout 76 is just Fallout 4 Online, so a lot of the building stuff comes from Fallout 4, but I like being able to mess around and do side things instead of the normal explore/quest, loot, and sell cycle. And even though my creations are basic, I did enjoy messing with the settlement builder in Fallout 4, and I'm enjoying it in 76 too. The last thing that makes this game fun for me, and that I want to mention, is the multiplayer in some aspects. Because even though it is a double-edged sword, it does have its great points. I love being able to explore the West Virginia wasteland with random players, because some of them have some cool bases that I will explore, and in my experience, the players of Fallout 76 are pretty open to cooperation and helping if asked/needed. And if you don't want to cooperate with them, then they don't try to mess with you and they'll let you enjoy the content solo. Also, playing Fallout 76 with your friend is great too. The guy I play with uses hunting rifles and long-range weapons, where I use melee weapons and shotguns. So we would strategize our approach on killing groups of super mutants, for example, which helps make the game feel more dynamic, since it means a different way to play from the normal solo experience. It also made Fallout 76 better in general, because when games give you the opportunity to share experiences with people you enjoy playing video games with, it's always a positive. Now that I talked about the major points that I think make Fallout 76 a fun game, and that ultimately keeps me playing, let's talk about the negatives that I feel for this game. Because even though I find this game fun and overall worth my time, it does have issues that hurt it. The first issue I have with the game is how the multiplayer is set up. And the online multiplayer does enhance the game in some aspects, like I said earlier, but I did say it was a double-edged sword too. The first issue that I have is that most of the time, Fallout 76 doesn't even feel like a multiplayer game. It just feels like a single-player game, because that's what it mainly plays as, because only 24 people can be on a server at one time. I feel Fallout 76 would have been a better game if it was just like every other Bethesda game, and instead of online servers, it should have been a single-player game with the option of online co-op with your friends. Because I do think, as it is now, it is held back by its current form of online multiplayer, since 24 people on one server is ridiculously low, especially with how big Fallout 76 is landmass-wise. So it hardly even plays as a multiplayer game, especially compared to other multiplayer games like ESO, WoW, Ark Survival, and Rust. The next issue that I have with Fallout 76 is how buggy it is. And I'm okay with graphical bugs, even if they annoy me sometimes. But what is not okay is when my gun decides it doesn't want to shoot anymore when I'm in the middle of battle, or when using the cannibalism perk, the animation makes me fall through the map and I die. I also hate it when I take my finger off the ADS button so I don't get melted by an enemy with a minigun, but the game doesn't care and I die because it kept me aimed in when I wanted to run away to cover. Also, even Starfield has this issue, but the AI is so stupid in Bethesda games. As a level 30 something, I soloed a level 75 Blue Devil by abusing its terrible pathfinding. And on the topic of pathfinding, I do find it hilarious when an enemy will just run away from you for no reason, even when their health's full. Now, the last big issue I have with Fallout 76 is the Fallout First subscription. I hate that Bethesda caused a player problem with the storage space and then sold the solution by giving you the unlimited storage scrap box. I'm not a big fan of making a convenience problem in your game and then making players pay to fix the problem that you made to begin with. Sadly though, that's not the worst part of the subscription in my opinion. What I think is the worst part is that the only way to actually play solo in Fallout 76 is through access of the private worlds. And I don't like this because I think the game should have a offline/solo mode to all players free of charge, especially with how sparse the actual multiplayer in Fallout 76 is to begin with. So I don't like that the only way to play privately is through a subscription rather than just buying the base game. Now that I've discussed what I think makes Fallout 76 a fun game and the issues I have with it, I would love to hear your opinions about it, because even though I've experienced a lot of Fallout 76 in my 85-ish hours of playtime, I know that I'm nowhere close to experiencing everything the game has to offer. So please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Even if you've played less time than me, I want to hear them. Thank you for watching the video, and...
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.